Your cat might seem perfectly fine lounging around the house, but remember, you don't speak cat, and there's a chance they have a secret, one they've not revealed. They might not be as happy as you thought they were. Cats are actually masters of disguise when it comes to their emotions. They're very subtle creatures, which is fine. They're allowed their privacy, but you might want to know what they're really thinking and feeling in order to improve your relationship with them. These are some classic signs that your cat is not happy, as well as some advice regarding what to do about it, because it would be cruel of me to tell you there's a problem, but not help in fixing it. Lots of humans will choose to hide away when angry or sad. It's a classic coping mechanism. We seclude ourselves so we can stew and fester alone. Cats actually do the same. While many, if not most cats, are fans of alone time, even when they feel great, there is a difference between treating themselves to occasional solitude and constant commitment to hiding. A few times on this channel, I've mentioned the iconic book Cat Sense, a real fountain of knowledge regarding feline behavior, written by the great cat behaviorist Dr. John Bradshaw. In the book, Dr. Bradshaw explained that a cat who hides away a little too often is likely suffering from fear, stress, or possibly even illness. If your cat tends to keep wiggling away under the bed, behind furniture, or possibly in the closet, it's a definite sign that they are not feeling great, and something is up. Make sure your home has plenty of safe spots that aren't totally cut off from human interaction. And if you can, aim to identify potential stressors and address them. New pets, a change in furniture placement, and loud noises are common ones. We all know cats love to chow down. When it's dinner time, they come a-running, ready to eat. And that's good. That's great. Cats are supposed to have a robust appetite. A greedy cat is a happy cat, so it is noteworthy when they occasionally choose not to eat. This isn't always a sign that something is up. It could just be one of the rare times they're full. Because shocking news, cats can sometimes be full. And if this loss of appetite goes on for an extended period, it could be a sign of stress or illness, or perhaps a depressed funk. On an even more serious note, the American Association of Feline Practitioners goes so far as to warn that a sudden and consistent loss of appetite in cats can be a sign of much bigger health issues. This includes perhaps, obviously, gastrointestinal problems, but also kidney disease. If your fur baby turns down a meal, it's not an immediate emergency. We all have those moments where we feel a little too full. But if your cat refuses to eat for more than 24 hours, it's definitely time to consult a vet. You can also try offering a variety of foods, just in case there is something about the food you are offering that's putting them off. We all know how clean cats are. Any creatures that obsessively bathe themselves for as long as cats do better be clean, or else that is a waste of a lot of saliva. But something to keep an eye out for is if they clean themselves a little too much or for too long. If a cat is grooming themselves so much and with such force that they are literally removing hair, that is a problem. Often this is a sign of anxiety or even physical health problems. But it's not just over-grooming that's a problem. So is under-grooming, or not grooming at all. Often if humans fall into a habit of not showering, it's not just that they're sloppy. It can be a very serious sign of depression. This also applies to cats. If your cat isn't grooming as much as they normally do, I'm sorry to say they may be a very clear sign of the blues or anger at you. Always keep an eye out for excessive licking or even bald spots. If you notice these signs, it might be worth contacting a vet. To avoid things escalating to this level, it's worth ensuring your cat has plenty of activities around the house to alleviate stress and reduce joy. Like scratching posts, for example. We can all be prone to sudden mood swings from time to time, and normally this is just to us not feeling our best, and it manifests in sudden and unexpected ways. If your cat is normally a friendly, goofy little thing, but they suddenly bite or swat, it might not just be random aggression, though it of course could be. It may be their attempt to communicate their sadness or upset with you, to you. The cat behavior consultant, Dr. Mikel Delgado, notes that aggression in cats is rarely random. It often stems from stress, pain, sadness, or lack of proper stimulation. This is actually often true with humans as well. When we think we're angry, we're often just sad or scared. And the same is true of cats. Their apparent anger with you might actually just mean they're sad with you. First things first, do what you can to assure there are no medical issues. Then once you're sure, it's time to assess their environment and your relationship with them. Are they getting enough playtime? If not, they might be bored or frustrated. This means it might be time to buy some new toys or invest in more playtime. Interactive toys, puzzle feeders, and vertical space like cat trees can make a huge difference. Okay, it's time to talk about peeing or urinating. Some of you might not like those terms, so for the prudish amongst you, we're going to use the phrase unleash their stream from now on. I assume your cat has a litter box. If they don't, we might need to have quite a big chat about your knowledge of cats. They're supposed to unleash their stream onto the litter, and probably often do. But sometimes they might seem to miss or defy what they're supposed to do entirely, and unleash their stream. I'm going to keep doing this outside of the litter box or in another room entirely. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking this is out of spite or is them just misbehaving. But more often than not, it's actually a cry for help because the poor little fluff balls aren't feeling their best. According to the ASPCA, unleashing their stream is the wrong place when they've been trained to know exactly where to unleash their stream in a big indicator of distress or upset in cats, if not the biggest. It's often a sign of anxiety or frustration with their litter box set up. As a first port of call, it might be wise to visit a vet so they can help you rule out conditions such as urinary tract infections. Once that's out of the way, it's time to elevate the litter box situation. Is it clean? Is it in a quiet spot? Is it accessible enough? Cats can get very, very picky, and this extends to where they unleash their stream as well. So make sure they are 110% happy with the setup. If they're not, it's time to fix that, and their upset with you should fade. Some cats are naturally chatty, but if your cat is normally quiet, then suddenly starts meowing, purring, and chirping endlessly, especially at odd hours, that may well be a red flag. They're literally screaming, "I'm annoyed with you." Feline expert Dr. Sarah Ellis states that increased vocalization can be a sign of pain, cognitive dysfunction, stress, and yes, upset. Or they might just be in a heavy metal band. That last one is a joke. She did not say that. Look for patterns in their vocalization. Are they meowing near their food bowl? Are they howling at night? A vet visit is a good first step to rule out medical issues. Once that's done, you might have to accept they're just annoyed with you or something in the house. That means it's time to assess the situation and see what you can do to make the environment more soothing for them. Your cat is a snoozy little thing, aren't they? They're not alone. The average cat sleeps a whopping 13 to 16 hours a day, because apparently that's what life is like when you don't have to worry about making rent or paying bills. You'll often note that your cat has a particular pattern to when and where they sleep their sleeps and nap their naps. If there are drastic changes to this routine, it is often a sign of unhappiness. For example, if your cat starts sleeping even more or is restless at night, sadly, something may be up. Always keep an eye on their energy levels if they seem lethargic or are having trouble settling down. A vet checkup might be wise. Outside of that, playing with them more is always a great way to ensure they get more sleep. Tiring them out during the day will help them regulate their sleep during the night. Earlier, I mentioned how a change in vocalizations is a sign to look out for. But our fur babies don't just communicate vocally. Body language is a huge part of how they chat with us. A constant twitching of the tail or flattening of the ears are warning signs to watch out for. The well-known cat behaviorist Dr. Jackson Galaxy says that a cat that frequently has its ears pinned back or its tail flicking sharply is likely stressed or unhappy. Also, I know I said this last time we talked about Dr. Jackson Galaxy, but he has the best name in the world. I'm tempted to name a cat that. There's actually a whole video on this channel about how to be better at reading nonverbal cues from cats, so be sure to check it out after we wrap up here. Your cat loves to play, because all cats do. It's a vital part of how they exercise and express themselves. So it goes without saying that if your cat suddenly seems disinterested in play, that may be annoyed with you. Or, worst case scenario, they might even be sick. There's a chance they're just bored of their toys, and their grumpiness around you is their not-so-subtle hint that they'd like you to buy them something new. Because new equals exciting, and excitement equals happiness. If you think you have the cash to splash right now, buying some new toys might be the way to go. Those are some signs that your cat might be a grumpy goose right now and a little upset with you, as well as some tips on what to do about it in those moments. Want to know more about the other end of the spectrum? Be sure to watch this next video to learn some signs that your cat loves you more than you think.